Hey guys, Harrison here, and in this video I'm going to be doing an unboxing and a 2-year review of the RA IIs by VIVOBAREFOOT. So let's get straight into it. So the reason I'm doing an unboxing and a 2-year review is because I actually bought my first pair of RA IIs way back in March 2019, and I've worn them every day for work over the past 2 and a bit years. So I did some maths and I've got some notes. So I've technically been wearing these for about 740 days in total over the past 2 years. Like I say, because I wear them for work. Now, the wear on them, and the reason why I've bought some new ones as well, is because they've started to wear on the bottom, so on the toes and the heels, they're starting to get a bit thin. Now, I thought because the soles were so thin in the first place that I'd be going through these things quicker than I go through socks. But that actually isn't the case. These have been super long lasting. Like I say, I've worn them nearly every day for 2 years, and they're only just starting to wear thin. And I guess partly because they're so thin as well, you don't notice them wearing away as much, but they have just started to, especially on the inside. I'll try and show you if I can, but where my toes go, they've started wearing through the leather on the bottom. So they also did come with some cork insoles as well, which is super helpful in the cold, which it is at the moment. But I don't have them in because I'm not actually too far away from the office once I've parked in the car park. But like I say, the uppers on these have stood the test of time so far anyway. 3 years old, like I say, or getting on for. And I think there's a scuff on this one. I think I did that like 2 days after buying the damn things. But they're fine. The leather on them has been super soft, flexible, comfortable, all that jazz. Yeah, and they've just been a really awesome shoe, to be honest with you. Like, I would highly recommend these. I absolutely love them. They've been super comfortable. They're super lightweight, so you're in them all day. They're flexible, you know what I'm saying? They're all that good stuff. I'm not going to roll it in a ball, but you get the idea. Super flexible, lightweight. Sometimes the sole has been known to sort of come away in barefoot shoes. These ones specifically, if you kind of look closely, where they're glued together, they've come loose a bit, but there is also a seam that goes round all the way around the outside that holds it on. So even if that was to peel off, it stops it from peeling any further. The other thing as well is they now have a revival of your shoes service, where you can send them off. Well, you can do two things. You can send them off if you don't want your shoes anymore and get 20% discount on your next order. I actually did that with a pair a while back. Or you can get certain models of the shoe, range of shoes, specifically I think you can get these done as well, where they'll resole them, they'll freshen them up, they'll relace them. There's different tiers, but I think the top one is about £70, and they'll resole the thing like new. Now, if you just clicked your fingers and these had a fresh new sole on, I'd be happy to go with these for what I assume is probably another 3 years. So yeah, but the reason I've bought a new pair is because I haven't actually done the Revivo service and had any back yet. I'm going to do that with these to see how it is, because it also saves you some money. So 70 quid instead of 120, I think it is, for a brand new pair. So, you know, it does make a saving. But yeah, so I'm going to do the Revivo service and actually get these revived, whatever the term is. Yeah, and I'll let you know how I get on with those. But like I say, I have sent an old pair off before and got a 20% discount on my next order of shoes. So if you don't want to refresh them and you do want to get a brand new pair, these go to Revivo, they refresh them, someone else can buy them off there refurbished, and you can get a brand new pair if you want to. So with that brief review of my existing pair out of the way, let me unbox these new ones. Let me pop these there. So here we go. Let's open the box. What have we got? VIVOBAREFOOT Winter 2020 collection. It's 2022 now, but you know. What else have we got? Wide shoes, some of the range, Primus Light, Geo Court trackers. I've got pretty much all of these. Then in the box we have got two new RA IIs. First impressions, I mean, funnily enough, I actually can't remember what they felt or looked like when I got them brand new, but now they've got like a a bit of a sheen to them, like a well-worn leather, but super comfortable, super soft. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to compare these. So let's have a look. Let me take some of the packaging out. So we have got our cork insoles again in these, which is cool. It's quite in there. That is. Looks like they've actually glued that in. Here's our cork insoles. So you would think that this doesn't really do much, made from natural materials. But this right here is the difference between ice cold feet on a winter's day and perfectly comfortable feet. Now, if you look at this thinking, why is it as big as my head? It's because I have size 14, UK 14 feet. That's right, guys. I've got absolute paddles for feet, but these fit, they're large, they're wide toe box, they're super comfortable. I'm gonna take this one out. Pittard's Wild Hide hand finished. These shoes are made using natural unlined leather and may leak color when wet. Don't we all? Is it an Oxford style shoe? They're just dead simple. It's just a simple black leather shoe, super comfortable. But my previous pair, when you get used to wearing comfy shoes, you don't want to go through any pains and discomforts. So I've even taken these out before on an event that I've gone to. I've had to wear brown shoes for the evening because that's the look that my clothes matched. But then when we got to the point where no one was going to care, I just whipped them off and got these on, and no one noticed because they're just so comfortable. They're still just as lightweight. Let's compare these two. So here's a comparison of the old and the new. So this is on my old RA IIs. If you look closely, I don't know if you can see that. We've got like a cream leather, and then the rubber on the sole comes up, quite high up. What do I look like? Quite high up on the toe, but on this one, it actually stops. But there's more toe. Is that reinforced? No. So that'll be interesting to see how they hold out. They're the same. They look like they're the same height, but the sole stops. Interesting. I wonder if that is part of improving the process to make them re-soleable. Be interesting to know. The other thing that they've stuck with, although it again looks like a different material, actually two things. So notice the cream at the back, but this one's same. No, it's not the same. It's actually a different leather, or a different material anyway. But it's a black. Slight styling change, nothing too dramatic. You've got the leather on the inside. You've got what looks like a slightly different leather again, or at least a different finish. But what I like about the RAs is when you take the cork insole out, it has that leather sole or insole piece on the inside that feels super comfortable if you're actually barefoot in these, or if you just got socks on, because it just adds a little bit more. I've got some Primus Lights. They're super thin and they've got like a fabric material on the inside. It's obviously a thinner material compared to having a bit of leather on the inside. So these on their own without the insole feel a little bit thicker, and then you put the insole in, it's nice and super warm and comfortable. Let's try them on. They fit, they feel like the same, still lightweight, you know, same fit as the previous ones did. I have noticed that this one here looks a little bit shinier than this one. It kind of bugs me a little bit. Also, the lace on this one has been outrageously pulled over to one side, so I need to sort that out after the fact. Same sole as before, seems to fit exactly the same. One thing I am noticing on this right one specifically is, and maybe just be because I'm not used to them, I feel like I can see I feel like I can feel a thread. Maybe I'll have to check that out. But yeah, they feel the same, fit the same. I've got the length because Daddy's got big toes. So this is really interesting. I'm obviously a huge fan of Vivo barefoot shoes, and like I say, these old ones were or are super comfortable. But after putting them on, you know, I said to you about that thread. So I had a look at the previous ones, and obviously, because they've got different soles on, the stitching process or the type of stitching and all that has changed over time. These are still RA IIs. They've obviously just updated it, but not to a RA III. It's still a RA II. But if you look inside, you actually can see the threads. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. I'll show you a close-up. But yeah, so there's like just long ends of threads, which is kind of, it's just not very classy, is it really? It's like, it seems like, I don't know if you need, like, look how long that is. I don't know if it's sticking right out. I don't notice all of them. There's more in there than I could feel, definitely, and they're not hard threads. But it just, the finish on the inside, and again, I don't know if this is because of the whole new Revivo system that they've got going on, but the seam, that seam now seems a little bit harsher inside, on the inside, especially because I've taken the insoles out. The insole actually completely covers all of these, or at least most of them anyway. So I think it completely null and voids the issue. But if you're trying to go barefoot and you don't want the cork insole, and you're just wearing socks like I do, like I say, I was feeling it, was it on this one? Yeah, on this side, I could just feel, yeah, yeah, I can see it, there's a knot. So there's a knot, or end of a seam, or whatever it is, that's just kind of sticking out a bit. It doesn't hurt, and it's not rough. But you know, when you're spending £120 on a shoe, you kind of expect the finish to be a little bit cleaner. Again, I'm gonna see if I can get in touch with them, because the service is pretty good with them. You get in touch, they're good customer service. There's a 100-day trial on the shoes anyway, so if you buy the shoes, try them for literally 90 days and still don't like them, you can send them back. But yeah, I'm just not too impressed with that, to be honest. But I don't know if I'm just going to put up with it, because it'd probably be the same if I order another one. And also you can see as well the seam on how they've attached the sole is different as well. Interesting. I'll give these a good thorough wear before I make my mind up. Like I say, a 100-day trial, you can't go wrong. And if you want to try them for yourself. Hey, I just wanted to jump in here really quick. And unfortunately, long story short, I've been wearing these shoes now for probably about maybe 4 weeks. So a good month, just trying them out, literally wearing them every day. Like I say, I wear these shoes for work. So I've been wearing them 5 days a week. And unfortunately, it turns out that the stitching around the sole just is way too uncomfortable. For me personally, maybe you would get on with it better than I did. But, and I said this to Vivo support themselves, I said, like, it's for a company that creates shoes or makes shoes for barefoot or has a barefoot ethos, these just are not comfortable when you're wearing socks. So I can't imagine what it'd be like if you didn't wear socks. You know, I'm not saying they necessarily plan for you to wear them barefooted, but even with socks on, I was just finding that the stitching around the sole was just way too abrasive. It's thick, obviously it's sturdy, but it's like they didn't consider the fact that someone would be wearing them. Interestingly, as I mentioned before, I take the soles out. So I take the cork insole out. So it's just my foot in a sock, in the shoe, on the leather. Now in the original pair, which I'm currently wearing right now, it's super comfortable, it's super soft. On the inside, it's fantastic. It's, you know, I can't say enough praises about it. But unfortunately, in this new design, even though it's technically the same design, they've clearly made some tweaks. So that whether that's cost saving, corner cutting, which I hope it isn't. I think they've just refined the process somehow, but unfortunately what that's resulted in is a more uncomfortable and, dare I say it, cheaper result, which is ironic because the shoes are now about £10 more expensive. So again, you're paying more and it feels like you're getting less. So I am unfortunately, unhappy isn't almost the right word. If I'm honest, I'd say I'm somewhat devastated. I know that sounds very extreme to say that about a pair of shoes, but considering that I have these RAs and bought a new pair to replace the existing pair that I had because they're one of my favorite shoes, they're super comfortable. I'm just super disappointed. And if you can see lights or anything, guys, I'm currently in a car park about to drop these off and send them back. Just on that note, what I would say, and I want to sing some praises to Vivo about, is their customer support is second to none. I messaged in originally about the stitching issue and how it wasn't a perfect finish. How did it get through QA? They got back to me. They allowed me to do a straight exchange and they swapped them with no issues. It was fantastic. And again, like I say, I've worn this replacement pair for about 4 weeks and they just still weren't right for me. They were uncomfortable. Like I say, they have a 100-day trial period. So give them a try. Give all the pairs that you've seen on their website, if you've taken a look, give any of them a try, because you can't go wrong. Unfortunately, this time it's a no, and it's really kind of sad for me, to be honest, because like I say, these were my favorite work pair of shoes. You know, I like to have a pair of shoes for specific occasions. And unfortunately, these are no longer it. So I'm going to send these back. I'm going to get a refund because that's what they offer. So I'm going to get a refund and I'm going to look to replace them. I would go with I believe it's the Gobi design, but it looks like they've done the same thing with those soles. Might give those a try. I'll let you know. Check out for another video when I eventually replace these. But yeah, hopefully this has been helpful, guys. It's a no from me on this one this time. I genuinely think they've ruined a pair of what I think is one of the best shoes that you can wear for smart or smart casual. But yeah, hopefully they take this feedback on board. The person I spoke to on support said they would, or at least they'd feed it back. So hopefully they listen, and in the future they'll come out with a RA III that is super comfortable again. But yeah, let me know if you get a pair yourself. Let me know how you get on, guys. And if it's your first pair that you're buying, don't forget there's a 20% off your first pair referral code in the description. And there should also be a referral code for the product itself if it's not your first pair. I get a little bit of a kickback if you purchase through that link. So every little helps, guys. Hopefully this has helped you. But yeah, until next time, guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you later.